Hey guys, you already know who this is. It's your girl, Jamaican Queen Bee. Oh yeah. Yeah yo. Anyway, guys, so I'm on my way home from work. I was actually off today, but as usual, if you get a little somebody want to call out and don't want to come to work and they like, boss lady, XYZ called out. We can't find nobody to fill the slot or fill the shift. Oh boy, being the boss lady that I am, I'm like, all right, I guess I gotta come in and do it. So, you supervisors, you managers, and you bosses out there, just know that sometimes it may have to be you to go in to fill an empty shift. All right? All right. But anyway, guys, so I want to talk about workplace environment. I want to talk about getting a job, getting hired, and the do's and the don'ts when it comes to that. And of course, this is called Vibing with Queen Bee in the daytime. Or if you're listening to me and it's the nighttime, then listen to it in the nighttime or the evening time, or you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so I want to give my thoughts and my 2 cents about the whole work, employment environment, and starting from the beginning of actually going in for the interview and getting the position and so forth and so on. So first, when you decided that, okay, I want to start looking for a job, the first thing you have to really say to yourself is pretty much, what kind of job are you looking for, right? And we have to remember, everything is not made for everybody. Everything is not made for everybody. Some people, they like nursing, they like the health field. Some people like security, they like the, that kind of field. Some people want to be a construction worker. Whatever it is that you currently prefer or you like, or you feel that you have, you have the skills in doing it, or even if you don't have the skills, but at least you have a strong desire to learn it, then you want to start from there first and start looking for a job within that field, right? Because sometimes when you end up taking a job that you really don't like, it's not really you, you're not feeling it at all, then you're actually going to be miserable going to work every single day. And most likely, you're going to end up quitting at one point or another, because that's just not you. That's just not what you like to do, right? So we first want to make sure we at least the first look into the areas of what we really like to do. And then from there, once you put in the application, and a company, eventually reach out to you and want you to come in for an interview. So the first thing you want to do after that is to kind of do your own little research. Everything is on Google nowadays. So, just jump on Google and Google the company. Look at the reviews. Every company pretty much have reviews on it. So you want to do the reviews on it. What's their turnover rate? What's the pros and cons about that company? Sometimes, you're able even to research how the company was started, who started the company. You go as deep as you need to go to really learn about the company, the environment, their turnover rate, the salary range, all of that. You want to make sure you're prepared, so when you go and sit in front of that interviewer, you're pretty much came equipped. You pretty much came equipped. So depending on what the questions they're going to ask you, the typical usual, what's the reason why you think you're best fit for this position, if we should hire you, tell me the good quality, or give, the usual questions they normally ask. If they ask some of those questions, answer it truthfully. Don't try to pretty it up. Don't try to say yes, I love to go above and beyond. And, if you ask me to do something and I'm supposed to get off at 5 o'clock, but you asked me to stay till, 10 o'clock to help out Blow Joe, and, that, oh yeah, I have no problem doing that. And a good interviewer will know when you're bullshitting them. Excuse my language. They will. So you want to be honest, and you want to be honest in a professional matter, right? So you want to come across truthful. So in a situation like that, I would ask, if I ask you to stay, behind a few more hours to help out a coworker that's moving a little slow, what do you feel about that? I said, well, to be honest, it's not something I really, really would want to do, but the fact that I am definitely a team player, and what that other person does can reflect on the whole department and the whole company within itself. So therefore, with that knowledge alone, I have no problem. At that point, I will help out. Now, in that, I'm telling him that I'm being truthful and honest, that no, of course not. Who the hell want to stay over 2 and 3, 4 extra hours, you know what I mean, to help out a coworker because their behinds want to be slow, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody want to do that. But to come across honest, which would have been my honest response, but you came across honest, and at the same time you're showing loyalty to the company, and you're showing that interviewer that you are definitely a team player, and you're willing to put aside your personal feelings in order to accomplish the bigger picture, which is to get the job done. They love that. Bingo. So yeah, so that's one thing. Another thing that I want to touch on too is you have some interviewer that depends on how you come across to them, whether you come across as a very strong-natured person, you come across as a know-it-all, if you come across as, a person who, is willing to learn everything at a fast pace. You have some interviewer that get a little nervous with a person like you, because at that point they somehow somewhat feels threatened by you, that I don't know, this one may come in and try to take my job, or this one might try to come and dominate the whole department to the point where, the bigger boss gonna start looking at them more, than they are, with me, and they're going to take their attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get very insecure with a person like yourself, right? So in a situation like that, you want to definitely, unfortunately, I'm going to use the word dumb down. Like, you have to somewhat, in a way, dumb down yourself just a little bit, just to get past that interviewer that, you may sense is that type of person. And even if you don't sense that they're that type of person, just to be on the safe side and play it safe, just kind of, dumb down yourself a little bit, you know what I mean? Don't go in there all macho and, Miss Know-It-All, and, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, because you have those that if they feel intimidated by you or insecure with having you around, they were definitely not going to hire you. Yeah, they'll put it in the paperwork somehow, somewhere. They'll put it that you're not a good fit for the company. And that's the reason why sometimes, even though you're fully qualified and you might have felt that your interview went very, very well, you may still get that email that say, sorry, but you were not selected, or we selected a candidate that had more experience than you, and you're thinking to yourself like, I don't know, according to, the job description, I think I was perfect, a perfect fit, or, I know I have the qualification, and my resume speaks for itself of all the experience that I have in what they're looking for me to do. And, the reason being is, like I said, you might have came across too strong in an interview, and that interviewer got, insecure and got a little nervous about hiring you, because of course they're looking to secure their spot for as long as they could secure their spot for, and they don't want you to come in and take their attention away from them, okay? So never take a denial letter personal, or even, don't internalize it, because most of the time it's not you, it's the interviewer, right? And you may have the other side to that, of course. You have the interviewers now that's looking for exactly a person like you. You know, they've been going through different candidates, and the candidates are just not coming across to them as someone that, you know, is going to able to pick up quickly, or they're going to be, you know, able to actually, in other words, the candidate may come across as someone you have to literally hold their hand and babysit them throughout the whole process. And sometimes some company just want to hire someone that could come in, learn quickly, take an initiative, push forward, you know, and they don't have to hold their hands every step of the way, and they're able to focus on other things while that can't. So, you know, so it's kind of tricky, and it all comes down to reading body languages when you go into the interview of who's actually interviewing you. If it's a person that's going to be intimidated, or it's a person that's looking for a person like yourself where you can kind of be yourself. You know what I mean? So that's a call that you have to actually make for yourself. And that comes with being really, really in tuned to people's spirit and people's vibes, and not just watching what other people say about that person or how other people interact with that person. Just use your own personal feeling, your own personal vibe, the way you're picking up on that person's spirit, and then you could know which way to go with that interview. All right. So the next other thing that I do want to touch on now is, once you do get the job, you know, you get that offer letter, you accept the letter, and it say that you have been hired and this is your start date. Now, on your first day on the job, of course, you know, you go in there, and of course, you know, you're going to be meeting a lot of new people. You know, these are like all new employees and whatever. These are going to be your coworker. You know, you want to find out who's your immediate supervisor, who's your immediate boss, and you want to personally introduce yourself that person. Hi, you know, I'm X so and so. This is my first day. Really great. I'm looking forward, you know, to working with you guys. And I'm looking forward to really be able to at least contribute to whatever, you know, you guys got going on here. So you want to introduce yourself, right? Once you introduce yourself and you begin to work, the next thing you want to do after that, people, I got to remind myself to slow down when I come to this area. You see that? It's a school crossing. And there's a school. I'm getting ready to pass the school now, because you guys got me a ticket for $250. Yes. One of those days when I was making my video coming through this area, I was so into the video that I totally forgot to slow the hell down. And of course, you know, they have the cameras that automatically take pictures of your license plate. And next thing I know, I got a ticket in the mail for $250. So you guys owe me. Yeah, you owe me. Yeah, there's no, I ain't got no super chat. No. I ain't got no pretty screen. Oh, I do have the thanks though, the super thanks. Yeah, it looked like a little heart, and I think it has like a little dollar sign in there or something. Yeah, you can hit that and pay my ticket. Anyway, guys, so I had to remember to slow down just now. So we're going to get on to the point that you're starting to work now, and you're getting to know your supervisor, getting to know your bosses and stuff like that. Now, the next thing you want to definitely do, you definitely want to keep your ears open, right? You want to keep your ears open. You want to keep your ears to the ground. You're going to listen to the co-workers. You know, they're going to be mentioning about this and that. And, you know, they're going to be probably talking about the supervisor. They're going to talk about who's the big man around here. Or you're going to talk about, you know, they're going to, you know, they gossip, right? You're going to listen to some gossip. You're not going to join the gossip, but make sure you keep your ears to the ground, because once you start to learn who are the right players, right? The real decision makers, right? You know who the decision makers are. You know who the high players are. Those are the ones now that you want to more spend the time getting to know on a more personal level, right? And it's not all about kissing up or kissing ass, because there's a very subtle way of how you could do it without coming across as an ass kisser, right? Excuse my language, but you already don't know. I'm going to be raw and real with this part, right? So you don't want to waste time with the little man. There's no reason to waste time getting to know, the little man, the ones that don't have the authority to make any decisions, or the ones that doesn't have the final say. You don't want to waste time with them, right? Because at the end of the day, there's nothing they could really do for you, right? So you want to get to know the big players, the one that has the final say, the decision makers. And those are the ones you want to start to kind of warm up to, let them get to know you in a more personal level. Those are the ones that you want to be seen by. And like I said, you have to do all of that in a very, very, very subtle way. Once you get to know those players, believe it or not, they're going to also be noticing you even at the time when you are no longer noticing them, right? Because you already got to know them. You already know who the players are. You already pretty much in your own way introduce yourself, right? They watch you work. They watch you speak. They watch the way you interact with your coworkers. And now those are the players that matters the most for whenever they're watching and observing you. Because at the end of the day, when time comes for certain positions to be open and promotions is being talked about, or it might be a new department they just opened up, it could be maybe a new shift they just started and they need a supervisor to oversee that new shift or the new department, whatever. I promise you, if you have what it takes and you impress these people enough, I promise you, your name will be the first name to be thrown out there as a possible candidate. I see it happens every single day. It works, okay? So that's what you want to do. You don't want to waste time sitting around gossip with the, irrelevant co-workers, or, the ones that don't make decisions. You don't want to waste time with that. You know what I mean? You see the big man in passing. Good morning, sir. How are you? Fine. All right, great. Always make that eye contact with them. Always say hello. Good morning. Always have that personal interaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm talking about. Be seen by them. Be noticed by them. So that's what you want to do, and that's how you sometime able to move up in the company in a quick and a fast pace. Now, once that happens, and you're now into, a higher position, you done got promoted, you done got a raise, you got to understand that that's also going to come with maybe somewhat of animosity from your co-worker. And you may say to yourself, like, well, who the world wants to work in an environment where it is so, you walk through the door and everybody get quiet. You already know they probably was talking about you. Or you walk into work and the air is just so stiff that you can literally just cut through the air because they done disgust that you even walk up. You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to work in that kind of environment? I get that, right? But at the end of the day, whose problem is that? Really, whose problem is that? While you're being elevated, they're sitting around still in one spot, stagnant spot, and have not moved for the 3 years they've been there, and you just got there several months or a year, and all of a sudden you are already the supervisor of such and such, or the supervisor here and there. And of course, that's going to bring a lot of hard feelings. But what I need you to understand with that, and I need any supervisor, any employees out there that's listening to this, right? It's called Vibing with Queen B. Don't forget, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so. Pretty much at least once a week, I'm going to try to drop a video on different subject and topics. And I want you guys to kind of, in the comment section, just go ahead and, respectfully give me a feedback of what you think about the subject that we're discussing, and also give me your views. I'm not one to, bash you for not agreeing with my views. I'm not one of that, blogger that if you don't agree with my views, I'm going to, block you and cuss you out and get off my page and don't come back because you disagree with my views. No, I want you to be able to agree to disagree in a very, very respectful way, and I have no issues or problem with that. So give me some of your feedback. Let me know what you think, all right? And if there's any subject that or any topic that you guys would like me to discuss or talk about, or you may write in the comment section and say, hey, Queen Bee, what do you think about XYZ? Or this is the issue that I'm having. What you think about it? And I honestly give you my views and opinions on it, all right? All right. So I need you guys to interact with me. So anyway, getting back to what I'm saying. So again, I might have missed my thought, but once you, like I said, you're going to have people that's going to, have animosity towards you because now you got promoted and they've been there longer than you, right? And it's more on the job topic, and I'm going to do a part 2 maybe later on down the line, just to connect to this one here. But I'm going to try to keep the videos at a certain length, at least under 30 minutes if I can. So because of that, I'm going to end it soon. But the final thoughts that I want to tell you is, okay, if anyone, and like I said, this is for all, potential employees out there. This is even for supervisors, managers, whoever you are. Once you're in the workforce, this is for you, right? You have to understand that at the end of the day, it's not the quantity of time that you've been on a job that gives you entitlement to a raise or give you entitlement, to a promotion. It's the quantity of time that you spent at that company that would allow you or put you in the position to have that. And the reason why I'm saying that now is because, not because you've been there 5 years or 4 years, it automatically qualifies you for a promotion or a raise. If I just come to the company and I started a year ago, but within that year, I already contributed so much knowledge into the job. I've given so many different, ideas that was implemented. If I'm the one that's always stepping up and filling in whenever somebody call out, if I'm the one that always willing to work hard and, and to assist in getting the job to a completion, yeah, it's going to be looked upon. It's going to be observed. And, that's the ones that's going to, end up most likely get the promotions and get the recommendations, for a raise. All right. So, guys, don't let them fool you. Don't let them intimidate you or anything. Obviously, if you was chosen, it only means they have been sitting on the bench being stagnant for years and have not contributed anything. So pat yourself on the back, congratulate yourself, and keep it moving. All right? All right. Anyway, guys, that's all that Queen Bee have to say on the topic. Again, I will come out with different topics. If you guys want to hear it, just run on over Vibing with Queen Bee. I'm going to put the link in my comment section, and I will also put the link on my community page. All right, just click on it. It'll take you straight to Vibing with Queen Bee. Once a week, come on out, come hear what Queen Bee has to say. Again, if you have a subject that you want to talk about, a topic that you want me to talk about, sure, put it in the comment section. I have no problem. We can talk about it. Okay. All right. Love you guys, and have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. All right. Bye.